We got hacker replay today. We got chat on the screen to hopefully incentivize people to talk more in chat. I don't know. All the new age kids love chat flying on the screen, so I'm getting with the times. We have 7 matches to look at. The very first one I downloaded just because it was only a 1-round entry, and I was like, I kind of want to see what they're talking about. It's on Emerald Plains, where apparently there is a new exploit. I am not familiar with exactly what exploit it is because they didn't tell me, but well, it's a good thing I downloaded this one and as an extra one because I believe this is incorrect submission. We'll ignore that one. Instead, we'll move on to, this was a match submitted by Silencio, who just said, trust me, that it's apparently good for clickbait, he said. In this match we have Silencio, who's accusing Femboy and Nightly. He just said, trust me, it's good for clickbait. Don't know what that means, but we'll see. And I also have some good news when it comes to the hacker replay submissions. I complained that last week it was very few submissions. We only had like 40 or 50. People claim it was because the servers were down, but the servers were down for a day. It's not going to affect a whole week's worth of submissions. And it was also down on like Saturday and Sunday, which means it would have affected last week's submissions more. Anyways, this week we had 120 submissions, so dub. Okay, so we're looking at Femboy and Nightly. Okay, saw nothing there. Good news, the cheating is increasing again. It's good news for hacker replay. Not good for the community. He is running Thorn with all default skins. I think the Thorn is the more, you know, incriminating part, because who the hell plays Thorn? Okay. I don't think he should have gotten that, but he did. Okay, Gunter just died to a Thorn Trap. I feel like Silencio and all of them always claim that they're good. And yet they're dying to Thorn Traps. I play Thorn. Can't be doing that. Thorn is genuinely, like, bottom of the barrel, one of the worst defenders. Her gun is good, but her gadget is just so bad. Imagine if a proximity alarm would beep like 2 seconds after someone walked by it. Wouldn't that be useless? So far though, I'm not really seeing anything. This guy just looks very passive. Very low recoil, but it's also Thorn. Okay, nothing there. It's a guaranteed kill on some maps with balconies. To be fair though, if you're killing people with Thorn gadgets on balconies, they're probably not that good. Oh, this guy kills everyone. I'm gonna assume this is the round where it starts to get a little crazy. Why was he? He's approaching it like he's an attacker. Okay. That one was fine. That one was a little suspicious. I mean, he's definitely walling because he knows where everyone is. But I'm not seeing the crazy clickbait that Silencio wanted me to see. He said he didn't want to spoil it. We'll keep watching. Actually, I don't think he is walling. I think that was just based off sound, wasn't it? Yeah, no, that was sound. Let me go back. I'm not thinking about it. Like, most of the kills were sound-based. Like, he's quick peeking a lot, which is fine. This was whatever, you know, they're breaking open the floor, you just C4. Kill here. A little bit of pre-fire is a little weird, but he even looked a bit confused. That one was actually fine upon second view. Oh. I just noticed that Grim there is, he crouches and then uncrouches. Yeah. Where did Thermite come from? I just want to see if he walked through the metal detectors, because that would be a big giveaway. He goes through metal detectors and then he flicks up. Okay, I know. That's all sound. May have judged a bit too quickly at the beginning. Seemed fine. And then he does get a double kill. That, you can hear Monty running. Here he just keeps quick peeking along. He keeps doing the Hisham peek and quick peeking, which I fucking hate. I hope that they remove that from the game. I'm honestly surprised they have not removed Hisham peeking yet. Femboy has not gone to kill. Then he gets 2 more kills. He's just quick peeking everything. I know I've said this so many times and people get so pissed at me whenever I do say it, but I think that there should be some punishment to quick peeking constantly. That first kill was kind of like, I think he just shot above Blitz, and yeah, it happened to hit Blackbeard. Second kill was fine. But I do feel like there should be some punishment for quick peeking. I hate that you can just quick peek infinitely with no downside. I said it before and people got pissed at me for it, but there should be some type of stamina, whether it's for if you lean like 3 times quickly, then the 3rd time you're going to move like super slow, or you just can't do it until you get enough stamina back. That's what Tarkov does. And it's great. Makes it so people can't just quick peek everything infinitely. I know a lot of people hate that because basically anyone who's like a champ or pro wants the game to be faster in terms of like they want faster mechanics, they want faster quick peeking, faster whatever. So they hate anything like that where you might potentially slow down the game. I have my theory as to what the reason for this submission. Because I did think walls at first, but then reviewing it further, it just feels like normal high-rank gameplay. My theory is that I assume Silencio and them are playing against Spoit, because he has the Spoit charm. So he wanted me to say he's cheating, so I would be like, this person's 100% cheating, and then it would turn out to be Spoit. And then that's the whole clickbait. Did I nail that on the head? I don't know who Femboy is and why he was also accused, but it's actually Spoit? I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing because he has the Spoit charm and he's literally quick peeking everything. That's the whole point of the game. Might as well change the whole game. You're saying quick peeking is all the whole point of the game? Literally never been the whole point. Yeah, but they just suck. Is that you saying yes and confirming it? I still don't understand who Femboy 520 is and why he was accused, though. Or, what was it? What did Silencio actually say? He just said, Femboy is also walling. That's Spoit. I assume so. But I don't know why he said Femboy. Femboy hasn't done shit. Also, just to try to throw me off. Also, another reason why I think it's Spoit is because I do know he just released an SMG-11 video, and that is all he's been using the entire game. What did I just watch? On both sides, that was rough. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's Spoit. Femboy has a new account with a 2.19 KD and unranked and a 75% average headshot. Let me pull up a browser. I'm going to assume it's probably one of his friends. Never forget that Silencio's profile photo is this. Just throwing that out there. Do we really trust someone with that level of judgment? It was Spoit. I figured it out. It was not that hard to figure out. This person is solo. He said he gets more suspicious as the game goes on. Let's just watch the last round then. That's a man of taste if I've ever seen it. You know what? I hate that I had to even look this up for the quiz. You know how I had that one question where it was just like, whose bicep is this? I was like, oh, I'm going to do one for like feet or hands. And I was like, I know Grim with his Ryu skin has his toes out. And then I was like, I wonder if any other operators have their toes out so I can make it an actual viable question. And then I looked up Siege toes or Siege feet, and I was just like, why did I look that up? It was just all fan art with like Ella toes. I'm like, no. Why? No. No one was thinking about in-game feet for funny questions. No, they all fucking are obsessed with feet. That's your clickbait. I was like, I'm pretty sure Grim's the only one with his like toes out. So I was like, maybe someone else has it. You know, open. Nope. Okay, if Femboy gets 2 kills in the final round, or in the final bit of this round. Be able to hear all of that. Nothing suspicious there. But yes, a 2.19 KD with a 66% win rate. Probably a Smurf is my best guess. Only plays unranked, not high enough level to play ranked. So yeah, not cheating, just Spoit. Wouldn't be the first time a pro player has been accused of cheating, though, in a normal game. I got you for a second. That is true. You did. When I'm just like, you know, casually watching with also talking to chat, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like they're cheating. But then you watch and you're like, eh, not really. I guess that is a good lesson to not just assume people are cheating just because of one suspicious clip or one suspicious moment. All right, in this match, we have woolnex.cc who's accusing I Sleep Zim. This was my third backup. So I had the first one, which was a improper submission. The second one, which turned out to be a lie. And then we had this as a third backup just in case, where they were accusing this person of using zero recoil cheats. And based off their name being I Sleep Zim, I'm going to guess that it is probably a Zim user who has been moved over to PC lobbies and is now able to freely cheat on PC lobbies with no punishment. Because Ubisoft is supposed to start banning people, or has been banning people for using no recoil cheats. Because we had a console no recoil user in our lobby and he got banned as soon as the match was over. But this is a big problem for PC users. I know console players hate us and don't really care about us, but since these people are just getting mousetrapped and kicked out of console, we now have to deal with them in PC, which just sucks. Although this guy does have recoil, so far. He also seems to be moving, I think, too fast to be console. My assumption might have been wrong, but we'll keep watching and see. The main thing he was accused of is just zero recoil, which so far I have not seen. It'll really suck if he also is doing nothing, because then that'll be my first 3 matches were a whole lot of nothing. These Candelas. That seemed fine. Okay, now he's on Deimos. Wouldn't surprise me if he kills the submitter with Deimos pistol and they're like, look at that 0 recoil. But Deimos pistol just has 0 recoil. So far, this guy doesn't look like console, right? Well, actually, he just hip leaned there, so he's not console. Let me pull up the file just to make sure, because I'm 90% sure he was accused of having no recoil. I'm very confident that the player mentioned has modified the recoil on his weapons using a macro or a cheat, especially in rounds where the enemy team wins. He shows his recoil again after the round ends, most noticeable on the Scorpion Evo. So when he's on defense as Ella is apparently when it's most noticeable. I'm just gonna skip forward and look at that because so far I haven't seen anything and it feels like we're just wasting time. Console's been able to hip lean for a while now. You have to aim down sight first in order to hip lean. Oh, actually he's on the Scorpion Evo with Denari. I always forget Denari has this. I was going to judge this very heavily as a terrible idea, and then I didn't think about this super long, extended angle. It does bother me a little bit that the Denari laser is red and the Aruni gate is blue. What is... This is some priest level shit. Whenever he plays with us, he's like, oh, watch me cook with Denari, and then this is what he sets up, and we're like, did you start cooking? What is he... There's no way he thinks that this is a good idea. That was the biggest waste of Denaris I've ever seen. He just made a giant Z. Look at that. Big ass Z. I noticed a lack of recoil there, but not, you know, perfectly still. But he also only shot like 7 bullets and then stopped. Did that look like a distinct lack of recoil to you guys? Because that looked like a whole lot of ass. Guy also does not know any of the angles. This guy's got a lot. I don't know where this 0 recoil claim is coming from. I don't think this guy's cheating at all. That looked fine. What if he has 0 recoil, but he's pushing the mouse up to act like he has recoil? Everything I've seen so far looks like completely normal recoil. Even thought someone was above him. He didn't think that they were on the other side of the door. That's just siege audio for you. I'm sure people will probably look at this and be like, well, look, he aimed right at him through the wall, which he kind of did, but it looks like he's just really bad at like controlling as he swings, because he keeps moving, and instead of keeping his aim right on the edge, every time he moves, the aim goes in a lot, and then he adjusts. So he basically keeps doing like, he pulls, moves, pulls, moves, pulls, moves. So instead of doing it together, he just keeps pulling too much, and then it lines up with him. And he still has a lot of recoil. Again, I don't know where this claim is coming from. And then he doesn't even use Ella or Denari in the last round. I'm not trying to be mean when I say this about the submitters, but it does make me wonder how bad the average player can be that they would look at something like this and be like, this is 0 recoil. Like, wait till you see actual pros who control recoil, like, really, really confidently. Because I wouldn't say this is anywhere close to 0 recoil. You're just holding an angle on this soft wall that he would easily be shot through. Even there, his recoil control on that was really bad. He seems overwhelmed with where he should go. He didn't know what to do. Yeah, I don't think that guy was cheating in the slightest bit. His name is I Sleep Zim. He is a peak gold with a 1 KD at level 70. He used to be console with a negative KD and then positive KD, and then has now moved to PC. He moved to PC in the season where they started pushing people to PC who were zimming Collision Point, because that's when they added crossplay. So there's the potential that he could have been Zim and they moved him over and then he just started playing on PC, but I don't think he's Zim anymore. Again, I'm not trying to call out Woolnecks, but he's a diamond this season. Why did he think this person had 0 recoil? Because he didn't. He had so much recoil. And this was a Emerald/Diamond lobby. I don't know where that claim came from. And what is zimming? So, on console, the 2 things you need to know. Console has 30% less recoil than PC. So, people have made tools where you plug in a mouse and keyboard to a little adapter, and then it converts your mouse and keyboard movements and inputs into controller inputs. So the game thinks you're still on controller. So if you have a mouse and you left click to shoot, it'll pull the right trigger on a controller input. So it just converts all of your mouse and keyboard inputs into controller inputs, giving you less recoil and more control because mouse and keyboard has more control. So people use this as a way to cheat. They cheat against other console players by reducing their own recoil, and then now the tools have evolved to be like 0 recoil in general. Like, you don't even have to control it, it just gives you 0 recoil. They have a lot of different variations now that just give a lot of different types of cheats. So it's basically console cheats because they can't compete. I played with a dude a year or 2 ago. He used Zim on PC with his controller. Well, if he's using Zim, he's mouse and keyboard. But I have heard about that on PC, that people can use Zim on PC, and they still use a mouse and keyboard, so that way they have console recoil on PC, which is just an insane amount of work to just have no recoil. What I want to know is, like, how sad do you have to be, and, like, how bad does your life situation have to be where you go to that level just to cheat in a video game? Like, there's no way people feel good about themselves doing that. In this match, we have... Okay, so it looks like he did do a wrong submission. We'll move on to, hopefully, an actual good match. I guess this will be my 4th backup that will hopefully be accurate so I can make a good title out of it. Unless I do the spoil one, we'll see. In this game, we have JJE496, who's accusing Yellow Juniper, the Amaru, who allegedly is a top 300 champ in the world. He's accusing him of cheating. Very rare, or not very rare, but it's more rare that we get completely incorrect submissions, so I normally don't have to check them all, but today's been a bad day for a lot of incorrect submissions. We might have got more submissions this week, but with them being incorrect, that just makes it less valuable. I feel like he has almost no recoil on the SMG-11. Let me go back there. He shot like all bullets. He shot his entire mag here to destroy the pipe, and the gun barely moved. I know I'm not the best recoil controller in the world, but I feel like that was probably some type of recoil cheat. It's not perfect, but it's holding it down a lot. Looks normal at that range. It is a short range, but to fully burst all 17 bullets without it ever going past like 2 degrees up, I don't know. He also just won't stop rushing. He's rushing every single round. He's barely checking anything. He's only checking where people are. But granted, the bandit, mute, whoever that was, did run at him. He's still not really checking a whole lot. I don't know, chat. I think this is ranked as well, so I can't imagine being in a top champ rank lobby and they just casually walk in like that and kill everyone. Hold on. New development though. He sneaks in, but he doesn't even notice that the smoke is an infirmary. I feel like if he were cheating, he would check this. But then the smoke doesn't even swing him or check anything. He has once again walked into sight. What I want to know is what the fuck was Smoke doing that he just let someone walk by him? I don't see a world where this Dokkaebi does not swing that smoke if he is walling. Ooh, bad C4. I could be wrong. Maybe this was just an unranked lobby, but it's just an insane amount of aggression and preparedness. You hit a 4K last round. He's probably just keeping it low. But, like, the smoke was literally just sitting in a corner next to infirmary at the door. The Dokkaebi could swing it, just, like, wide swing and check and then flick to him, and it wouldn't be suspicious in the slightest bit. But instead perfectly like walking by everyone and not getting swung seems very unlikely. Yeah, I'm rethinking the whole recoil thing. The SMG-11 was suspicious, but not impossible. Hold on, I swear it just completely covered everything we were about to see. Well, it kind of does. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see if going slow-mo helps it. Not really. Oh my god, why does it keep flashing in front? I'll have to check again to see if this actually is ranked or unranked, because again, it feels like he has so much, or he's so prepared to just swing and check everything. and yet his enemies seem very lost. Is there a reason why PC players dislike console players? I feel like PC players don't just inherently dislike console players. I think if anything, it's more likely console players hate PC players. And I think PC players don't like console players because console players always hate on PC players. They also lie a lot and try to claim that consoles are better than PC when it's just like objectively false. It's better value, but it's way worse than a PC. That was an odd choice to hold that angle after seeing he swung from the left, to not just swing and look over to the left instead of just holding the same angle. Oh, seems weird. Also, Comical's not wrong. It does suck when you're on PC and you're console and you have a teammate who's a console player, because this is just an objective truth. Console players have a lower overall skill or average skill than PC players. It's just fact. I know, again, people won't like to hear that, but it is true. If you take an average console player and an average PC player, the PC player will always be better. There's a reason why with console versus PC, when I was doing that, PC always won unless console had like 3 ranks above PC. Then they finally would win one. Depends on the players in question. Well, we're saying average. Why is that though? My personal theory is that just PC players are more willing to invest into like figuring stuff out and like, you know, getting their money's worth, because, you know, a lot of the stuff on PC is expensive. Like, they have a PC and they get Siege, like, I'm gonna figure Siege out and, like, you know, grind it. Versus a lot of console players, I feel like, have more of the tendency to just be like, I don't care. If I suck, I'm just gonna move on. It also helps that, in that case, for this argument, that the general population of console players skews more towards children, and children don't want to learn to get better, they just want to be good. There's a reason why if you beat a kid at Mario Kart, they start crying. It's not because they're like, I should learn from that and improve. They're just like, no, I want to be the best, and if I'm not, then I hate everything. Versus, like, I feel like since PC players are older, they're like, no, I'm going to learn from my mistakes and learn to get better. There's always exceptions for everything, but, you know, PC players tend to be more mature. Console champ versus PC champ. We did that for PC versus console. And I think PC won 4-0-4-1. And, like, the rounds weren't even close. Let me check one thing. I think this has to be unranked. This does not feel like ranked. It is unranked. Okay. My guess, I think it's just a bad matchmaking lobby. I haven't seen like anything crazy in terms of him apparently cheating. Suspicious of like how he was able to easily walk through everyone, but if it's unranked and the matchmaking is bad, then it makes a lot more sense. Because it means he's just taking advantage of it being a bad lobby. Look at this matchmaking. Well, actually my facecam kind of blocks it. Everyone on blue team is unranked except for JJE, who's plat. And then it's champ, emerald, 2 unranked, emerald. This is just horrible matchmaking. This guy has never played a ranked in his life. This guy has never played a ranked in his life. This guy has never played a ranked in his life. This guy has played ranked and he peaked at bronze. And they put them up against a top 300 champ, Nico Meister, who... I don't think, never mind. I was going to say that's Nico, but I think Nico is Australian, the person I'm thinking of. Let me see. Oh, yeah, no, this is someone else. This is a different Nico, but yeah, just really bad matchmaking. That's actually one of the worst offenders I've ever seen of matchmaking. All right, we still have one more match to watch, and then, yeah, I don't think I'll download any extra ones. Actually, no, we have 2 more. I forgot. We skipped the border one. I'll go back to border. All right. In this match, we have LS Tractorist, who is accusing E2. E2 Brutus. Love to see more Kahoots in the future. I think if people really like the YouTube video, I'll do it more. But I don't think the YouTube video did crazy well today, unfortunately. Maybe it's the thumbnail. Maybe I'll have to update the thumbnail. That looked fine. Got a kill on an angle and then died to his flank because he didn't know. The Buck barely even reacted to the fact that his teammate just died in front of him. Blackbeard's keeping his distance. I feel like he should be trying to push him. This is why parrying sucks. I don't think there's any world where that Blackbeard should lose that, but because of the parry system, he lost it. He doesn't look that suspicious so far. All I'm saying is we've gotten more. We got double the submissions this week, and so far I don't think a single person's actually been cheating, right? Because first match was a incorrect one, and then it was Spoy, and then we had Last Border, which was fine. And then we had Lair, which was fine. We have this one, which looks fine so far. I don't think anyone's been cheating. Boo-hoo, a shield player lost a gunfight. I mean, I understand that people don't like shields, but when their whole purpose gets nerfed, it'd be like, imagine if someone complained because they're like, I put down a thermite charge and it didn't break the wall. And you'd be like, well, sucks to suck. It's like, well, like, that's what we expect the one thing for it to do, and it can't even do that. Whether it's Ubisoft's decision making or its bugginess, it's just like, if the thing is not fulfilling its one duty, its one task, then that's just bad for the game. Regardless of whether you like shields or not, that is just bad. I think he's looking for the what's her name? Osa. I can't find her. What was that? Also, Grim didn't even... He's not even caring about this warden at the top of the stairs. What am I watching? You just saw him. Then he died. I don't think he's cheating so far. I don't even think that's silver rank. It's got to be like bronze or copper. Why would you put down the Osa shield from 2 feet away when you could just put away the shield and shoot him? He definitely moves and aims way better than a bronze or copper though, so I'm assuming this is probably a Smurf account in a low rank lobby. Also, actually, I'm not even going to say I assume. We know it's a Smurf because he's doing the thing where he shoots as he drops or vaults over stuff to mask sound, which is something that I'd say like exclusively Emeralds, Diamonds, and Champs do. And he's very clearly in a very bad lobby. So this is 100% a Smurf account. Do these people not watch the replays before calling cheats? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I prefer people don't, because then I would only get submissions of people who are actually cheating all the time. And I feel like, I know it can be a little annoying when we don't actually get any real cheaters, but I think hacker replay is much more enjoyable from a viewer perspective and from a creator perspective if we actually don't know whether people are cheating or not and we're trying to figure it out and determine yes or no. Because I feel like when hacker replay just every single lobby is a blatant cheater, I'm like, this isn't fun. I'll say though, it also goes both ways though. When someone who's like very clearly not cheating at all, and they get accused, and it's like, well, that's a little annoying. This though, I can understand. Again, it is very clearly a high rank player on a Smurf account, and these people just don't know that someone else can be, I guess, this good without cheating. We also haven't watched all the rounds, Hunter. He could probably do something suspicious here at the end, which would maybe cause... Like, he's about to kill the submitter, so I assume he probably wallbangs him or something. And then the submitter's like, this guy's gotta be cheating. Or that which looked like really bad aim and kind of a lucky hipfire headshot. I know he did hit him aim down sight, but I guess I'll throw in there. It does look really weird to me that, again, he knows all this like high rank stuff, but he also does aim a bit more bot-like. Like, it doesn't feel as fluid as it should. In either case, though, I don't think he's cheating. I just find it odd that his crosshair placement and movement is so weird. They're definitely super low ranks if they're barricading that. Also, Fuse is working on his burpees all around. Actually, not even all around. He just did that at the end. Is this a bug? I haven't seen this before. Because it clearly looks like he's in control. But he's just stuck on cams. I'm assuming this is a bug. Let's do this last kill just in case. Good flick. His aim does seem 50-50. It feels like either he flicks and destroys them or he's just really, really bad. But if maybe it could be on different sensitivity. He could be testing things on a Smurf account. I don't know. Was he stuck on cams? I think so, because otherwise it would have shown the cam that he was on instead of him sitting on cams. Okay, we'll skip forward. Again, he kills the submitter here. I'm curious if it's like a suspicious kill, or maybe it's just a normal kill. He's like, fuck. How's he dropping 10 kills in this lobby? He's so good. Honestly, that was probably it. Yep, that's exactly when he reported him. Just because he was holding an angle and stopping him from rotating. That's why he reported him. Cut his match from the video, not... Oh no. Oh, does he just plant and then... Yeah, he just never gets it. Yeah. This is either another case of really bad matchmaking. Which we can talk more about again, or this is a, like, Smurf account. One of the two. Okay, the guy who was accused of cheating is currently an Emerald. He did go up from Silver to Emerald, which is quite an insane jump. Does feel weird that he... We talked about it before. It looked like his mechanics seemed really bad, but he knew what he needed to do. So it is a very weird, large jump. And then... What lobby was this? Ranked? Unranked? Oh, that was testing grounds. Instead of saying unranked or ranked, it just says border. So that's probably why the matchmaking was so bad. Let's see. When did he play on border? Well, I don't even know if it'll show up. It's testing grounds. Oh, it did. Yeah. The average person in the lobby was like copper, silver. So yeah, he just shit on a bunch of low rank people in testing grounds. Makes sense, makes sense. Mechanic smell of silver. He seems to know a lot because like he was shooting when he would rappel in, when he'd jump over something. So I think he knows what he needs to do. But it is where he went from silver to emerald. Last match of the day, we'll watch Coastline. Okay, I saw one emerald card background, but we have Cryptic Landon, who's accusing Quaint Dessert. How quaint. If he ends up being a cheater, this will be the only cheater we've had today. Or at least, obvious cheater. I do think he's cheating already, based on he aimed so low on that door. I know, who is this, Mute? Or Smoke or whatever is moving around a lot. But he seemed to know that he's in there. And he's just sprinting right over to 90. Not checking anything. Crazy pre-fire. I assume he's queued with the ram. I think he's walling, but he's trying to hide it, or is just really bad with walls. He hit champ once and never again. Bro, I was so funny. I was reading through some of the comments on one of my TikToks. I can't remember what the TikTok was about. It was just something random. And one comment was so pissed at me. They're like, Varsity, you've only ever reached champ once, and every other season since then you've been emerald. Like, you're not a good player. Stop claiming you're a champ or whatever. And I'm like, bro. It needs to calm down. People still also don't understand that rank 2.0. It doesn't matter whether I actually reach champ or not. I'm just in champ lobbies. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure this guy's cheating. I just want a clip of him, like, you know, actually staring at someone through a wall or something. Paste. Okay. Okay. I get that he'd be able to hear him sprint across, but he aimed at crouch level on the door there. He has no reason to know that there's another person back here. Yeah, he's ready for him. Zero droning, zero intel. He's looking up at the ceiling as if he's trying to look around for people. He's not even worried about where he could be. He's definitely cheating. Cryptic Landon is the main guy's name. Damn. So the cheater is currently in a copper lobby, basically. I assume he's queued with Mr. B and Ren OT, and he's probably boosting them because he is, or was, top 2000 champ. He's playing with Ren OT. Was that the Ram from round 1? I thought it was Mr. B. It was Mr. B. Okay. So he was maybe communicating with a random, or maybe Mr. B changed his name. He already got so much rollback. Okay, so he played with Mr. B and Ren and Jad the Killer for 2 games. Which means that maybe Mr. B is not actually on his friends list, but just gone to the lobby twice. Let me do some research. Mr. B and Jad play together. So when they played ranked on the 4th, they played right before that, and they did not get into his lobby. Actually, this was not right before. That was like 18 hours before. So he played 2 games with him, but we don't know if they were partied together. We do not know for sure. But this guy's definitely cheating. And if not cheating, he's just... Actually, no, he has to be cheating. He's also popping off with 12 kills in a full champ lobby. Sometimes playing with a copper. No, he's definitely cheating. What's his history? Yeah, he was historically bronze and silver, and then he's champ this season with a 1.8 KD. No, he's cheating. He's cheating. Aren't they banning people who are playing with cheaters? They're supposed to be, but I don't think they've really been doing it as much. Because they said that they were going to ban by association, and they just never did. So, or maybe they did a little bit, but I think a lot of people just complained. They were like, I didn't do anything wrong, and I got banned for no reason. Ubisoft, why would you do this? And then I feel like so many people complain that they probably reverted it for now, and are just like, we'll work on it and make sure it's perfect. But I think they should still do it. I don't think there's ever a world where you accidentally get banned for playing with cheaters intentionally, like queuing with cheaters. Unless you're just that stupid and bad that you have no idea, but they should keep doing that. But chat, that's it for Hacker Replay today. Only 5 matches. I'll probably keep chat on the screen for Hacker Replays. I don't know if I'll do it for all of my gameplay videos and stuff. Maybe I'll see what the comments say on Wednesday, and if people like having chat on the screen, then maybe I'll keep it. But I just figured it would be fun for at least Hacker Replay if people react to stuff that's happening.